Car Talks with Nathan. This is the show where Johnny is gonna.
What's up, guys? Oh, sorry.
No, Johnny's gonna ask me some questions. There are going to be about YouTube, business, life, and I'm gonna answer them. And my mission for today's episode is to help you guys be better in life, because that is the mission, right? The reason you're watching this channel is probably because you have a YouTube channel, you have a business, you want to learn how to get more views, and this is all about mindset. It's all in your head, and if you can unlock that, you can reach the goals and achieve the goals that you've always wanted. So that's my mission for today. All of the questions that we're gonna answer are from our school community. So if you wanna join, check out the link in the description. I highly, highly recommend it. Getting yourself surrounded by like-minded creators is one of the best things you can do. Anyways, this is Car Talks. So what are we in, Johnny? What is this?
You tell us, bro.
Nah, you tell the people.
We're in a GT 500.
Yes, one of my favorite cars. One of my, just the sound of the engine as it screams, the downshift. Oh, and this thing is completely stock, by the way, which is crazy. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna put it out of fun mode and we're gonna go to quiet mode so we can talk about some questions. Johnny, what you got?
Here we go. Question number 1. We're gonna start out with a banger.
With a banger.
With a banger.
Right off the bat.
Do you think creators should focus more on mastering YouTube or mastering themselves?
So I think you should focus on both, but that's not what I did. What I did is I was obsessed over my YouTube channel when I started it, and that's it. I didn't care about mastering myself. But the thing is that if you can become a master at YouTube, there is traits that rub off into your personal life. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, for example, I started to become really disciplined with my YouTube content, and I was posting videos every single day. I was very disciplined, very focused. But over time, I learned that skill through YouTube, but then that translated into other things in my life. So a lot of these skills that you need to learn are transferable, right? Let's say you learn how to be disciplined in sports. Like Johnny, I know you play pickleball. You play it what, every day?
Every single day.
Johnny plays pickleball every single day, but his discipline with pickleball could translate to business, YouTube, whatever it is. Right? Because once you have that skill of discipline, fortitude, grit, they can be transferred into other areas of your life. So in my opinion, I think you should, in the beginning, I think you should just focus on one of them, right? If you want to go all in on YouTube, then focus on YouTube. Because if you can get really good at YouTube and really good at, pushing through the hard times, being disciplined, doing the hard stuff on the days that you don't feel like it. If you can execute and push through on those days, then that could translate into other areas of your life. That's the easy way to describe it. That's what I did. So I was very disciplined with my YouTube channel. That allowed me to transfer into other areas of my life and improve other things in my life, like my eating. I used to eat really, really bad. I used to eat fast food like every single day, legit every single day. But I kind of took that skill of discipline with YouTube and I've transferred it into me eating healthier. And I got on a better diet. I started eating healthy. I looked at healthier options. I haven't eaten fast food in, I don't know. The last time I ate fast food was probably when we were tornado chasing and we were in the middle of nowhere. The only thing out there is fast food. But before that, it's been years, probably 5 years since I've ate fast food a lot. But I learned that skill from YouTube. That's the way I look at it.
Question number 2. What skill outside of filming or editing has been the most important to your growth as a creator?
There's so many skills, man. I think it's being able to be excited about the failures, because in the past I would hide from my failures because I was scared of them. I would see a failure and I would say, nah, I don't want anything to do with that. But now I've learned to really open up to my failures and be consumed in them and really, really learn all the lessons from them, because the reality is you can learn more from your failures than you can from your wins. If you have a successful YouTube video, there's not much you can learn from it. I'm just being honest. There's a couple things, but a failure can teach you so much. That would be my biggest thing, and that's something that took me a really long time to learn, because I didn't want my YouTube videos to fail. I wanted them to succeed. I wanted to see my channel grow, right? So if I posted a video that did really, really bad, I was I didn't want to look at it. I was like, nah, just forget it. It's done, it's over. I already uploaded that video, throw it in the trash. I would sometimes delete videos that do really bad. I'd be like, nah, just get rid of it. I don't even want to see it anymore. But the reality is like, there's so many lessons there. There's so many lessons that you could be taking from that failure and applying it and learning from it from your other content. So, and it's hard, right? Like it is really hard to open up to these failures. And it's not like I want failure. I want to win more. I want to win more than I want to fail, obviously. Man, there's some really, really powerful lessons in failures. We just had a big failure last week. We spent a couple months of really, really hard work. The team spent some really hard work developing an animated series for our YouTube channel because we thought this would be something super unique. And we also thought this aligned with our audience because our audience is full of younger kids and a lot of younger kids love cartoons. So why would they not love an animated version of us? So we poured a lot of money into this, a lot of time into it, and we launched our first episode. We did a ton of iterations with the episode, all types of stuff. This was like a 4-month process. 4 months. We launched this video. It fell so flat on its face. I kid you not. This was probably one of the worst performing videos we've posted in the past 2, maybe 3 years. And I looked at it and I was kind of excited. You might think I'm psychotic, but I looked at the video and I was kind of excited. And the reason I was excited is because what I learned from that video is that the market, the audience, they will tell you what they want. And if you post something that does so terrible, and by the way, this is just to clear this up, this is coming from someone that has a big audience, right? The reason I'm saying this is because a lot of creators, they have 1,000 subscribers, they post a video, it does bad, and they're like, oh my gosh, my video did bad. You only have 1,000 subscribers. You don't have an audience, right? You have to build an audience. You really have to build an audience, and I know that takes time. That's a different level of skills. I understand that, but what I'm trying to say is like the market, my audience will tell me if they like something. I know they will, because I will see engagement levels, I'll see retention levels, I'll see click-through rates, I'll see watch time, I will see all of these metrics. I'll see also where the viewership is coming from. Is it coming from browse? Is it coming from channel pages? Is it coming from suggested? All of these different locations. So I can very easily tell what my audience enjoys. And this told me that my audience does not want to see this because it was such a bad performing video. But back to the whole growth thing, the 1,000 subscribers. My point is that you have to have an audience in order to test things. And a lot of creators, I'll talk to a lot of creators that have around 1,000 subscribers, and they'll be like, my retention is so terrible. How do I fix it? Don't worry about your retention. Don't worry about it because you don't have an audience. I didn't start looking at retention metrics till I had almost 1 million subscribers. I kid you not. The reason I didn't do that is because I always thought the data was inaccurate. Because if you have 1,000 subscribers, that means you have a brand new channel. And if you put out a video and the retention does bad, what if the wrong people just clicked on the video? What if the video was actually really, really good, but the wrong people just watched it? So then you have this false reality of thinking that your video is bad when in reality, it's just the wrong people that consumed it. Now, don't get me wrong, there is probably a lot of things you could improve with this video, and you should focus on improving those things and making your videos better and better and better and better. But my point is a lot of creators obsess over the data, and the thing is that data can only tell you the past, not the future. They can tell you how bad your previous videos did, but the data can't tell you how good your next video is gonna do. It can't. It can kind of help you a little bit. It doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you. And the reason I know that is because when Steve Jobs came out with the iPhone and the iPod, no one was asking for the iPhone or iPod. No one was asking for it. The problem is the best creators in the world know how to deliver something to their audience without their audience asking, because the reality is the audience doesn't actually know what they want. That's why you're the creator. That's why you're the leader. That's why you have to just put your best foot forward and think of such a unique, different, creative idea that will set the standard for the future of your channel. Voila, that's my answer. I know I went a little deep there, but just to summarize, if you're a small creator, don't worry about retention and all of these other metrics. Really just focus on making your last video your competition. Make your next video better and better and better and better, and do it 500 times. And look back and you might grow a pretty big channel. That's my tips for you.
There's a question for the creators that are starting to be more than just creators. What's the hardest lesson that you learned about building a team as a creator?
It is a whole new set of challenges. You're gonna have to learn how to lead people, how to mentor them, how to train them. There is so many things that you have to learn that are so different. And it's very, very difficult. And you're not gonna be doing things alone anymore, which is exciting. But you also have to trust people. You have to let them do some of their work. It's hard, man. You have to become a leader, because these people are gonna look up to you in a creative way, in a directional way. They wanna know if they're doing things right or doing things wrong. You have to lead them in the right direction. This is one of the reasons I started Blueprint. Like literally, one of the reasons I started Blueprint was I basically started Blueprint 7 years ago because I hired an editor and I had to literally teach this editor everything. I was like, here's what a hook is. Now this guy, he knew how to edit, but he didn't know how to edit like YouTube stuff. So I was teaching him all of these little things, like here's a hook, here's an intro, here's how to, tell a little bit of a story, here's how to do this. And I had to teach him just all of these things. So I started laying out these blueprints. Here's a blueprint for this. Here's a blueprint for this. Here's a blueprint for this. And then I started realizing, I was like, whoa, these blueprints are actually really valuable. I should make more of them. So I started designing blueprints for thumbnails, for titles, for video ideas, all of these things. And that's how Blueprint basically birthed. And over time, I iterated and learned about these blueprints that I made over the next 7 years. And then I grew an entire YouTube team of 30 people. We have 30 employees right now that work on our YouTube channel. I grew an entire team with that blueprint. And then I thought to myself, I want to start sharing this blueprint with the world, which is why I started this channel. That's why I started Blueprint University, because this blueprint is so valuable that I can give this to creators and it can truly change the entire trajectory of their future. And I just think that's really, really powerful. But my point is going back to that, I had to develop all of these things for my team because it was so hard to train people things and teach them things, and I had to sit with them for hours and hours and hours every day. And a lot of creators have this mindset where they're like, no one is ever gonna edit a video better than me. And that's how I thought. I always thought, I'm not gonna find an editor that can edit better than me. And today that's just not true. We have like 10 editors right now, and every single one of them is 3 times, if not 4 times more skilled than I am as an editor. You just have to train them and get them to the right place. Because in the beginning, they're not gonna know how to do your style or all of these things. You have to teach them all of that. You have to teach them everything. It's just like taking someone to school, to college, whatever. You gotta send them through the program, send them through your style, how you edit, how you do this, and they'll slowly adapt and learn over time. And that's a whole other part of the equation, is finding people that actually want to adapt and learn over time. Because you'll realize once you start hiring people, some people are lazy and they want to do stuff their own way. So that's a whole nother problem to solve. Those are people you just got to get rid of, So then you got to have hard conversations. You got to fire people. You got to tell people, hey man, you're not coming up to the expectation. I really want you to work harder. I really want you to do this. I need you to learn this, or else this is not going to work out for us. You really got to talk to people. But at the same time, these people also have to buy into a vision that you have, because in order for people to work, one of the biggest things is that real people are more motivated by a vision than they are a big paying salary. And the reason I learned that, I learned that from a bunch of different people, but I learned that also through my own company. When you have a really good team working towards a big vision, a big purpose, they care about that more. That motivates them more than just throwing more money at them. And a lot of creators, they just throw more money at people and it doesn't work. They end up finding another job in the future, doing this, doing that. So that's another part of the equation, is you got to have a vision, a goal. What are you trying to achieve and do with this future? And I have a big vision for our team. I have a big vision for Unspeakable. I got a big vision for Blueprint. And a lot of the people on our team, they get behind that vision. They get excited. They want to be a part of it. And, because sometimes purpose in life goes deeper than just more money. So that's another thing. The other part is when you start growing a team, it's not about you anymore. It's not about you. If you want to become a good leader, it's about the team. I know you have goals for your channel, but you also have to obsess over the goals of your own team, because if you can help them get what they want, they will help you get what you want. So there's a lot of people on our team that when they join, they have goals. Like we've had people that have joined as production assistants, which basically means they just help clean up, set up, organize our videos, and they join at an hourly level, so we pay them hourly, and they might have a goal or a dream to one day become an editor. So we will work with them and help them achieve that goal. And actually, some of the best editors on our team have done that. They have started off at an hourly pay, picking up ball pit balls and picking up packing peanuts, and they worked really hard and they taught themselves how to edit, and they built their way through the ranks and work their way up to the company. That's another thing. I'm a big believer in starting a lot of people that you bring in, unless they have a very specific skill. But most people that you bring into your company should start at the bottom. They should start by helping you do the very basic level of things. Maybe just setting up a video, tearing down a video, whatever it is. And slowly over time, they can work their way up into a higher level position. Like maybe they start managing your analytics. They send you data reports. They edit your videos. They script your videos, right? There's a lot of things that people can do. And for our team, we basically have someone in every single position. And the way our team operates is we actually have 2 entire production teams that are separate. Actually, sorry, 3, well, 5 if you count Blueprint and gaming, but those teams are much smaller. They're kind of like 2-man teams. But anyways, we have basically 1 team per channel. And then on our big channel, we have 2 entire separate teams that simultaneously work on different videos at the same time, because we're filming videos every single week. So team A might prep a video and creative on a video this week, and then next week they film it. But while they're doing that, team B is doing the opposite. So they're filming a video this week and then creative prepping the next week. So that's kind of how we operate. And then also we have all the other channels and all the other teams as well. And then, you know, you have the editors, you have the post-production, the pre-production. There's a lot, there's honestly a lot of working parts. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of working parts. In a very quick summarized version, that's kind of how we operate. And we found it to be very, very effective, at least with how our videos are, how big they are and stuff like that. It's very, very effective and it works. And the cool thing about our team, and I know that all of the stuff that I just told you, I know that stuff works because a lot of our employees that we have stay for around 4 to 5 years, if not longer. We've had obviously a lot of employees stay for longer, but that goes to show that we have a really good culture, which is very, very important because people want to come work at a place that they love, they enjoy, they can develop friendships, you know, all of those things. It's an environment. People want to be excited to come to work, and you have to have a good culture to bring them in. Now look, I know I just threw a lot of stuff onto you, and if you're a creator looking to hire your first employee, you're probably like, whoa, bro, that was so much stuff. That was so much stuff. What I just told you is like my last 7 years of experience working with a team, hiring, all that stuff. If you're just hiring your first employee, pour so much into them. And look, you might get screwed over. You might, but you gotta pour so much into them because you're gonna learn so much. So sit down with them every single day, train with them, work with them, figure out their goals, what gets them excited, become their friend, and just work with them. And you're gonna learn so much from that person. I was talking to a creator the other day, and this creator has millions and millions of subscribers, and he was trying to figure out, he has an editing team, and he was trying to figure out, he's like, how do I get my editors on the same page as me? Because I have all these ideas, I have all these, like, you know, I have a vision, but my editors, they just don't see the same vision. So I talked to him and I was like, okay, break me down your process. How do you review a video? You know, if your editors send you a cut for a video, how do you review it? And he's like, oh, I leave some notes on the computer. And I was like, what else do you do? And he's like, that's it. And I was like, that's it? That's all you do? I sit down with my editors for hours and hours and hours every single week. You have to, I told him, I was like, you need to go sit down with these people. You should sit down with them for 5 hours and you should look at one video and you you should point out all of these different things. And guess what? That's just one video. Do it 100 more times. If you do it 100 more times, I guarantee you these editors will understand your vision, because you have to train these people, right? You have to train them to do certain things, right? That's how you have to build them up. You can't just tell them to do something and expect them to do it and know how to do it. It just doesn't work like that, So that's my tips, that's my advice for growing a YouTube team. Obviously, I could talk about this for hours. I do actually want to make an entire blueprint program for you guys about how to scale a company from 0 employees all the way up to 30 employees and beyond, because I've been doing that for 7 years, and there's so many lessons I've learned that I would love to share with you guys. So if that interests you, leave a like on this video. Leave a like. If I do end up making that, it will probably be completely free as well. It will be on our blueprint website, so you definitely can go check it out. That's all I got for today, bro.
Honestly, I think some of the best episodes we filmed, dude.
Yeah.
They just gotta subscribe, bro. They gotta keep coming back for more, because
you guys gotta subscribe. It's completely free. If you don't subscribe to this channel, you're probably going to regret it, because I am literally giving away my 13 years, 20 billion views, 40 million subscribers. I am giving away everything I learned in these videos, everything. And all you gotta do is subscribe for free and watch the videos for free. The only thing it costs you is your time if you want to learn these things. That's it. So thank you guys for watching, and we're also uploading videos every single day. So we'll see you tomorrow.